So last night, Trump's Truth Social posted this picture, and if you take a glance at it, it looks like he's depicting himself as Jesus Christ healing somebody, and the heavens and the angels are above him, and he is blessing the nation, which obviously God blesses America, Jesus does. So if you take a look at this, like as a Christian, when I first saw this, I was like, that's not good. I don't agree with that, obviously, because that Trump isn't Jesus. Jesus is God. So definitely not something that I wanted to see coming from President Trump. But as a rational person, I stepped back and thought to myself, why would on earth would he post this? It wouldn't make any sense of why just out of the blue he would post this. So he criticized the Pope yesterday as well before this was posted. So I kind of think that he is portraying himself like as the Pope, mocking the Pope, like how the Pope is, he's the chosen holy one in Italy. So maybe the joke was he's the chosen one of America to heal America. That's what I'm getting from this. That's what a lot of other people are saying too. And a lot of Christians are mad about this, which I understand. So this was the video that was posted before that Truth Social post of him criticizing the new Pope of Italy.
I don't think he's doing a very good job. He likes crime, I guess. He hit us think of it. He's worried about fear. What about the fear when the ministers and the priests and all of those great people that were arrested during COVID, and in many cases they're outside 10 feet apart and they were arrested. So we don't like it. We don't like a pope that's going to say that it's okay to have a nuclear weapon. We don't want a pope that says crime is okay in our cities. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of Pope Leo. He's a very liberal person, and he's a man that doesn't believe in stopping crime. He's a man that doesn't think that we should be toying with a country that wants a nuclear weapon so they can blow up the world. I'm not.
So this was what he said about the new Pope. Um, he is liberal. He's very liberal. I think he's a little bit more liberal than the last one. He was really liberal, and he is sitting here criticizing Trump about everything, about the borders, how he's enforcing the border patrol laws, and saying that is not biblical, which is totally not true. And he's taking a shot at the Pope pretty much. That's what Trump did, and maybe he thought it would be funny to post that picture. Now we could come to the conclusion that hey, this doesn't look good for Trump. I understand. I don't agree with it. I wouldn't post something like this. I wouldn't sit there and be, oh, it's, whatever. We should have bat an eye to this. It's just a joke. Like as a Christian, you shouldn't sit there and agree with it. Just because I don't think it's a funny joke and I don't agree with it doesn't mean that there is no context behind the photo. I believe that that photo followed was because he was making fun of the Pope, and the Pope dresses like this. I mean, if you look at pictures of the Pope, if you look at the Pope, he does dress like that. He in the picture, the AI picture, sees right here, he has the red thing, the red scarf on. Um, and he says that he can heal people like Jesus. That's what the Pope does. He says he's the mouthpiece of God. So it makes sense, right? Like, I'm not trying to sit here and defend what happened. I'm not trying to be the one that says, oh, guys, get over it, blah, blah, blah. People don't understand that politicians, a lot of politicians, even the ones I agree with, aren't genuine about a lot of stuff. I'm not saying that Trump is disingenuous when he says that he believes in God. I think that, you could be an observer. You could be a person that says, oh, I like what Jesus does. I like the Bible. But you don't, deep down inside, you don't believe that he's God. Just like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan says there's a lot of stuff that I like about Jesus, and I'm even going to church sometimes to see how this Jesus guy is. But at the end of the day, Joe Rogan's not saved. There are many times in the Bible that there are leaders that were for God's people, but they didn't believe in God, or they didn't want to worship God, but they were still giving them some sort of power over the people because they favored God's people at that time. So this is what it's like. He's probably the most pro-Christian president I've seen in my lifetime, but he's not Christian. I don't believe he's Christian. I hope that one day he gives his life to Christ. I hope one day that happens to him. But at the end of the day, if you're a Christian, you see this, you have to understand we live in a fallen world and there are worldly people. There's people that will look at this and laugh and be like, oh, whatever, he's just making fun of, Christians or whatnot. It's whatever, it's a joke. Get over it, guys, it's a joke. We are sitting here getting mad, even threatening to not vote for Trump because of this. This is crazy. You'd rather not vote for Trump, the person who's helping us out, who's helping Christians out, just because you don't agree with it, doesn't mean you should stop voting for Trump. That's ridiculous. But I wanted to point out all the hypocrisy from the left because the Democrats are running with this, saying, "Oh, you guys are a cult. You guys worse. You guys agree with this guy." When George Floyd died, they made this mural of George Floyd being Jesus. So it's funny because they were running with this like George Floyd was a sacrifice. He was God's son that was sacrificed, even though he was a drug addict. And no liberal batted an eye to this. Same thing with this. Liberals love posting memes about Trump being Jesus-like. It's like this stuff like this that people post, and they're sitting there mad saying that, oh, Trump is blasphemous, but they're posting stuff like this. So it's obviously an artificial outrage. And then liberals want to forget that on Easter, Joe Biden, he didn't say Happy Easter. The first thing he said was Happy Transgender Visibility Day. What the? And they were defending this man. But you want to tell me that I should stop voting for Trump because he thinks he's Jesus? He made a Jesus meme? Not even announced. It's just a meme, a picture. He didn't say, I'm Jesus. He just posted a picture. But yet Democrats want us to be mad. And let's not forget Obama. There was no outrage from the left about this. So once Trump, and it probably wasn't even Trump, it was probably an intern, posted a meme. A meme. Not on a newspaper. This was on a newspaper, by the way. Look at this. This was on a newspaper. They made newspapers. Trump just posted a meme and they want you to not vote for him no more. It's deceptive, man. This outrage, it's fake. It's a fake outrage. And look at this, like this too. Like, this is a news article. This isn't a meme that he shared. It's a news article. Like, come on. Miss me on that. Miss me on that outrage, liberals, because it's not going to work. You guys, it is funny because these liberals are so disingenuous. They're so delusional. They will throw everything they stand for out the window for their political stance. They will be like, oh, I'm Christian now, guys. We shouldn't vote for Trump. This hurts my feelings as a Christian. But yet, if you go on their profile, pro-LGBT, pro-trans, pro-abortion, just miss me with all that, liberals. So this was just released. He gave his reaction to the photo. I knew someone was going to ask about it in a press conference. And this is his response to this meme.
Hormones straight and various other things. Do you have any questions?
Mr. President, did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot better. As an example, the 11,000, I understand your husband's going through treatment.
So there you go. For some reason, he thought he was a doctor healing people. I don't know. That's kind of strange to say. And he said he posted it, so he did post it himself. He's older. Maybe he thought that's his explanation. I don't know how he got a doctor from that. There's no thing hanging off of his neck. He doesn't really look like a doctor. I don't know. That's just kind of strange that he said that. But apparently he posted it, and he was supposed to be a doctor healing the nation, which I guess I was kind of right because I said he's, healing the nation like the Pope. So I guess we just got an answer to why he posted it, and that was the answer. So, that I'm not saying he's lying, but it seems like an old person would do this. You know how you see something and he tells somebody, "Oh, doesn't this look like this?" And they're like, "No, it looks like this," and they're like, "Oh." But anyway, he deleted the post, and he said only the fake news can make it up. A lot of people were thinking it was Jesus, man. It was just the fake news, but Anyway, like I said, he deleted it. It was just a bad joke, bad tasting joke. Like I said, worldly people do worldly things. So I guess we got an answer to this question that we were wondering all morning. But what do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this whole debacle? The first time it was an intern posting a racist video at the end of a clip. Now Trump's posting a meme looking like Jesus, but he said he was a doctor. You may want to go back to that AI generator and change it to a doctor, make him look more like a doctor, because that would make more sense. Um, yeah, this is a strange morning, man. But like I said, I think it's just his age is showing a little bit, because he might have really thought he was a doctor, but I think he's a little bit older. I want to say Joe Biden status, but he's a little bit older. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead and like the video if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you're new. Hype up this video. Let people know that Trump thought he was a doctor. I don't know how he could see that. I like I said, kind of disagree with him looking like a doctor. But we got our answer. So there you guys go.